A recap of the 2014 championships for the arch-rival Roller Girls is what we're bringing you alongside Miguel Gorilla. My name's Mucky Muck. We're coming to you from Chaifetz Arena. I think the folks at home are going, yeah, right. You're in Kitchen Stadium.
We're in the green room, actually. We're in the Merrill Lynch green room. So that means we're pretty important people? No, that's the only place they would let us do it.
They are actually tearing down the flat track and setting things up for the Blues Festival tomorrow here at Chaifetz Arena. But nonetheless, we're going to bring you the highlights from what turned out to be the biggest night ever for this 8-year league. A big night here at Chaifetz Arena where we saw 2 great bouts and a little bit of everything in front of the largest crowd for flat track roller derby here in the St. Louis area. And I tell you what, we even had the mayor involved tonight.
The mayor was here, and we had 2 amazing bouts. We always say that. We say, oh, what an amazing bout. No, guys, this was really, really good tonight.
Of course, we talked about heading into this championship weekend, a great battle that was going to take place between the Stunt Devils and RSA. Stunt Devils in unfamiliar territory, as we saw year after year after year. They were in the title bout here for the arch-rival Roller Girls. Now they're in the 3rd place bout. You figured they were going to be a little edgy coming into this one, but they took on an RSA squad that really opened some eyes here tonight.
They really did. It was about 2 squads that were coming together, both of them ascending over the course of the season, and it really hit a pinnacle tonight.
Let's take a look at first half action as we see the Stunt Devils. They are in purple, of course, and they rolled off a big roll of points early on, and this was a big one early by Mighty Boston as the Stunts were up by about 8 points. 19 points naturally made here by Mighty Boston. Midway through the first period of play, the Stunt Devils go up to a 27-point lead.
Boston was crazy tonight. She really was out of control. She had, I think, at least 14 lead jams when all was said and done. You're going to see more highlights of her, I guarantee it.
And you might have thought, oh, well, here we go with the Stunts. But wow, here comes the RSA rolling off a big stretch of points. 25 in a row they notched up over the next 5 rotations, punctuated by this, a 17-point power jam by Sleazy E with about 10 minutes left to go in the first period of play. This whittled away a 48-29 advantage for the Stunt Devils. We, after this, had a 2-point bout.
Rebel Skate Alliance were just impossible to stop. They kept coming back. They'd get a little bit of distance between them and the Stunts. They'd fight their way back into it all night long.
2 jams later, though, Boston and company came back a-rolling. Via the power jam, 23 would be collected off of this strike, and that extended the lead to around 26 points.
Did I fail to mention that Boston was good tonight?
She's good.
She was good tonight.
Stunt Devils went on to a 91-54 lead at intermission, but the Rebel Skate Alliance, they did not wave the white flag. They kept this one interesting. In the latter stretches of the second period of play, this, an 8-point strike by Black Market Baby, kept RSA very close in this one.
Black Market Baby has really been a nice addition to the team, a late addition to the roster this season, but she's been able to jam. She's solidified their blocking and their jamming rotation throughout.
Narrowed the margin down to 52 points, but then again, we saw Boston really coming to the forefront. Late in this bout, she would notch up this power jam, and that would help the Stunts grab the 3rd place bout.
Boston was super solid tonight. We talked about that already. We've seen the highlights, but she did get worn down towards the end, and it allowed the Rebel Skate Alliance to fight back going into the final jams.
Second half was pretty much even. Sun Devils outscoring RSA only by a margin of 57-52. Makes the final differential very interesting, but it is a 3rd place victory for the Stunt Devils, 148-116. They pick up 3rd place here in 2014. We talked to the co-captains after the bout.
We came so far this year as a team. We started out with half of our team that this was either our first season or, in our case, as our first full season back after a couple of years. So it was really a rebuilding year, and our goal was to get better every game. And we were within 10 or 11 points of both the Smashies and the M80s, and so we definitely met our goal, and we kept going and going. And tonight was all about teamwork and just holding those walls and staying strong and helping our jammers.
RSA, bright future ahead for them as we saw Sleazy E set the scoring for this team. Let's hear from them.
We've just been working really hard. We've had a lot of circulation of new players and old players coming back. It's been crazy and really difficult, and I feel like we're finally solidifying as a team, and even though we lost, I'm really proud of us.
Gorilla, honestly, I think both teams won in this 3rd place bout. We saw the Stunt Devils at least put an exclamation point on the end of their season because they were feeling a little down coming into the bout since they weren't in the championship bout. And for RSA, a good pick-me-up heading into 2014. A lot can change during the offseason.
The Stunts grew up this year. They had replaced so many skaters. The captains talked about that, and they got so much better. They looked like they were a better team as things ended up. And the Rebel Skate Alliance, that was their best bout we've seen them in several seasons. They look great.
You thought that 3rd place bout was good. How about the championship bout between the Smashinistas and the M80s? If the Smashies were going to defend that championship cleanly, they had to have their A game here tonight.
You said it was a coin flip when we talked about this beforehand. It was a coin flip, almost literally.
Let's take a look at first period action. M80's getting on the scoreboard first with a nice roll of points, including this, a 5-point strike about 5 minutes deep. Molecular Mayhem keeping this low-scoring battle very, very tight early on, but they were up by 6 early.
It was a defensive scrum. We thought it might be kind of an offensive battle, but both squads really, really turned up the notches on defense.
M80 stretched the lead to 22-13 midway through the first period, and then, wow, Smashies came rolling along. 35 points off of this big strike by Brickyard. This flipped the scoreboard and then some. When all was said and done after this one, it was a 48-22 lead for the Smashies.
Unofficially, that was Brickyard and the entire league's largest single jam of the season, 35 points. It was an amazing moment. The crowd went nuts, and the scoreboard flipped.
Smashies would go on to stretch the lead to 38 points heading into the final jam. But oh boy, here comes the M80's Molecular Mayhem with a big strike. 25 points via the power jam, and it once was a comfortable lead was immediately erased, and we only had ourselves a baker dozen lead for the Smashies at intermission.
That was a great redemption jam for Molecular Mayhem. She had 2 trips to the box in the first half. She comes out with that power jam, gets 25 points, and really sets the tone for the start of the second half.
And the most interesting part about that power jam is that it actually continued on for the first jam of the second period of play, and the M80s capitalized. May require stitches in her last bout here for the arch rival Roller Girls. Notches up a baker's dozen via the power jam, and just like that, we were tied at 78 points.
Tied up, and at that point, it looked like it was anyone's bout. And it was. We went back to defense. Both squads going back and forth, exchanging small amounts of points, no big leads growing.
Stitches would make her mark midway through this contest. Another power jam here for the M80s. This time, 19 points would be collected as the M80s, at this point, extended their lead to 120-105 with 14:25 left.
It was only an 11-point difference, but it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. Either squad looked like they had the potential to go ahead and take a lead.
With under 10 minutes left, this one was a nail-biter, and the Smashinistas would come rolling back. They were down by 9 heading into this jam, and then a power jam would flip the way here to Brickyard. She would score 19. This flipped the scoreboard to 131-123 with 8:40 left.
We focus on Brickyard's power jams, but actually in the second half, it was the educators' little hits here and there that helped keep things going for the Smashinistas. They never got behind too far, and this one drove them up ahead.
Heading into the final jam, the Smashies were up by 11 points, and they had to earn this title once again this year, and it came down to the final jam to finally seal the deal. Brickyard scoring deep in this contest. It was a wild and woolly one, but these points, it sealed the deal, and the Smashies repeated.
It just worked out that there was about 2 minutes left in the bout when this jam started, so Brickyard took control. The pack from the Smashinistas held back the entire time. Ida Living Dead, they let her get through one time. It didn't matter. Brickyard had too many trips. It was over.
So close to call, but it's a back-to-back championships for the Smashinistas with the 157-145 victory over the M80s. We talked to the retiring forecloser after the bout.
I am so proud of our team. We've worked really hard to get there. We've focused. We've talked to each other. We've communicated. We've grown together, and we won together. So we're a team, and a win is a team and we lose as a team, but tonight we won, so we're super stoked.
M80s finished the 2013-14 campaign with a 4-1 record and finishing in second place. We talked to the bench coach, Specs Offender, after the bout.
It's a tough loss, but when you lose a game by 12 points, that's very close in this sport. So they gave it a great effort tonight and just came up a little bit short. But I love those girls. I love that team, and they've really worked very hard.
We do thank Specs Offender for talking to us afterwards. I know it was a very emotional time for his squad and a very tough loss to take, but they should hold their head high. As we said, only losing by that small of a differential. Nothing to be ashamed of as well, and that's a team that's going to rebound next year, I got a feeling.
I totally agree. There's a lot of talent out there, and the Smashinistas played really well. You really, I mean, their defense was so solid. I don't think the M80s have seen that kind of style defense against them for a long time, and it showed. Both squads, though, played their hearts out. It was only a 12-point bout. I mean, my gosh, it was that close. So
I hate to close the book on what was an epic 2013-14, but yes, and we will play on, because now that the regular season, as far as the local action goes, is now concluded, we now look forward to the travel team season, and our first big event that's coming up at Midwest Sport Hockey in Baldwin, Missouri, is coming up right around the corner. On Saturday night, April the 12th, we will see the arch rival Roller Girls All-Stars facing the Mad Rollin' Dolls from Madison, Wisconsin, and that's going to be a great bout. Right now, arch rival ranked 20th internationally in the WFTDA, and the Mad Rollin' Dolls right now within the top 30 themselves here from the WFTDA. A couple of years ago, Madison visited us at Midwest Sport Hockey, and that turned out to be a 10-point bout. Madison on the uprise. A lot of new faces this year here for arch rival, so that one's going to be a fun one coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. A lot of fresh faces for the Arch Rival Girls All-Stars. We've seen a lot of retirees. We've got new skaters, different roles. It's going to be a new-look team. They're going to come together and play hard that bout. And let's not forget, there's an undercard, too. The St. Lunatics are going to be playing that night.
That's right. We will see them face the Mad Rollin' Dolls B squad. So that's going to be a great night of doubleheader action Saturday night, April the 12th, 6:30 the start at Midwest Sport Hockey. You can purchase adult tickets right now for $3 off by going to the website archrivalrollergirls.com. It's going to be a fun night of action. We can't wait for it. Of course, if you want to find out more about the Arch Rival Roller Girls, you can check us online at archrivalrollergirls.com. You can visit our official Facebook page, or you can visit us via the tweet at ARRG. An incredible, fantastic, magical night here for the Arch Rival Roller Girls here at Chaifetz Arena. It really put a wonderful capper on what was a great local season.
Great local season, incredible night. The fans, Chaifetz, everything was great. It's time to check out the fridge.
Wait, where are you going?
Fridge.
Fridge? Hey, let me know if there's any fried chicken in there. You watch your... All right, that's going to do it for the Arch Rival Roller Girls Rewind for Miguel Gorilla, who's ravenously hungry right now. I'm Muckety Muck. Thanks for watching.